The San Francisco 49ers could be the best team in the league right now. This team is so talented that they don't even need for their young quarterback Trey Lance anymore. Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold each outperformed him during this offseason. And the team has a lot of faith that they'll bring them to the Super Bowl down the line. Purdy was the final draft pick in last year's class and stepped up in big time due to other injuries at the position. He not only took them to the NFC Championship game, but he further proved that he belonged during training camp. It felt like the coaching staff knew early on that he was running away with it. Sam Darnold winning the backup job is surprising, though he's a former top draft pick himself. He's improved over time, just hasn't been able to play with good teams throughout his career yet. Getting drafted by the New York Jets and then switching to a struggling Carolina team, this 49ers team is definitely something special and miles ahead of those other groups that he played for. Then lastly, we make it around to Trey Lance. It was previously reported that Trey Lance had fallen all the way down to the number 3 quarterback slot in the 49ers depth chart, but that didn't actually last for very long. Their organization quickly shipped him off to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a 2024 4th round draft pick. To think that this team gave up multiple first round draft picks amongst other players for Lance, only for him to start 2 games for them before getting traded, is insane to me. I guess San Francisco completely whiffed on this draft selection, or they simply didn't give him enough of an opportunity down there. When he did get the chance, he got injured and missed the remaining of the season. Now he's headed to Dallas, where he still won't be the starter, but Lance could likely be on the move again soon, or could be Dak's replacement if Jerry Jones gets impatient with another disappointing season. Either way, it's still insane to think about his time in San Francisco, but let's get back on track now. Luckily for both Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold, they get to play behind one of the best offenses in the league. The 49ers ranked 5th in the NFL when it comes to offensive yards per game, racking up 365.6 on average. It must have helped that they acquired superstar running back Christian McCaffrey as well in a trade. They had to give up some capital in order to get this deal done, but McCaffrey was more than worth in the end. He ended the season with 159 carries for 746 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground. Then he added on 52 receptions for 464 yards and another 4 touchdowns through the air. Mind you, he did this in just 11 games with the Niners. He fits in perfectly with other weapons that they have, such as Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk. Samuel had a down year for his standards with 632 receiving yards and 232 rushing yards to go with 5 total touchdowns. Ayuk led the team in receiving with over 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns of his own. Then Kittle was right behind him with 765 yards and 11 touchdowns, proving that he's still one of the greatest tight ends in the NFL. We aren't even mentioning their backup running backs like Elijah Mitchell or Jordan Mason. Bottom line is, San Francisco really does have weapons across the board that can produce. Expect a massive bounce back here from Deebo Samuel as well. That's not even talking about the offensive line either, as they boast one of the best or most consistent groups in the NFL. That being said, it all starts with Trent Williams up there. Williams is arguably the greatest player in the league right now, and the job he's done at tackle has been amazing to say the least. Trent Williams has been a rock on the offensive line, and it's why this team feels so confident in their ability to protect the quarterback and open up running lanes. When you flip on the other side of the ball, the defense is insane. They were the best defense in the league during 2022, with the least number of yards allowed per game and the best turnover differential with a positive 13. The guys like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner really stand out in this group, and it allows the offense to have bad nights because the defense can always keep games competitive. And finally, to bring all of this together, they have a head coach with an amazing coaching tree. Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches in the league, and he's proved it on a yearly basis. This is a guy that always has his players in line. When you have a head coach who is so talented at designing an offense and being a leader, it's so much easier to win games. Well, that's what the 49ers will try to do. Bitch, be some stars, pull up in foreign cars.